Donald Trump is back attacking soldiers, mocking them ruthlessly once again. It's one of his favorite hobbies. He, of course, attacked Nikki Haley's husband earlier this week. And despite the criticism of that he has faced from Nikki Haley, from the media, he is in fact doubling down on Truth Social, saying, "Tricky Nikki is crashing in the polls. She is 15 points down to crooked Joe Biden." Stick a pin in that, we'll return to it. "And I'm crushing him in all the capital P polls. She's got no reason to make it to the South Carolina primary. The other day, she had almost no one attend her rally. We had thousands and thousands who couldn't even get in the large arena. An embarrassment to her wonderful husband in Africa. I think he should come back home to help save her dying campaign." Well, he can't because he's serving as a National Guardsman. He's got like a year-long thing, a commitment that he made. He has a sense of duty to his country or whatever. All of this obviously lost on Donald Trump. No, it's just convenient that he can now mock the husband, pretending that he's just like chilling in Africa for a while or something like that. And she needs help. Of course, she needs to be saved. He doesn't need his wife to ever visit him on the campaign trail or whatever. She can just stay wherever the hell she is, Mar-a-Lago, Africa, he don't know. But she needs the help. I would also like to just briefly touch base with she's down 15 points to crooked Joe Biden. That is just like lies. It's exactly the opposite of the truth. He is directly referencing the Wisconsin poll that we've already talked about on the show that shows that she's up by 15 points over Joe Biden, where Trump is tied. Trump is doing fine in the polls against Biden for the most part, although recently it's kind of tightened up and it's looking like a little bit of a coin flip. Haley is clearly beating him in the polls, and so he has to just upside down reality because that's where his base is most comfortable. So anyway, she has responded even more forcefully than she did yesterday to these attacks, saying the most harm he's ever come across is whether a golf ball hits him on a golf cart and you're gonna go and mock our men and women in the military. I don't care what party you're in, that's not okay. I like that line. I think it's pretty good. He leads a very easy, very comfortable life. And look, granted, he could potentially I don't know, trip in some wet, golf course grass, maybe tumble into a sand trap or something. But most of the threats to his life are golf related. I will agree with her there. But regardless, it is clear that she smells blood in the water on this veterans issue. And so she's released an ad. Take a look.
President Trump says no other president is more with the military than he is, but he's made it an unusual habit for a commander-in-chief of picking fights with and being insensitive to members of the military and their families. The article said Trump called those who died suckers and losers.
The stunning detail that Trump turned to Kelly on Memorial Day at Arlington National Cemetery in 2017 and asked, "I don't get it. What was in it for them?"
He attacked John McCain, a POW who spent more than 5 years in captivity during the Vietnam War.
I like people that weren't captured, okay?
And now he's attacking retired Admiral Bill McRaven, a former Navy SEAL who oversaw the mission that took out Osama bin Laden.
Donald Trump had a rally today, and in that rally, he mocked my husband's military service. And I'll say this, Donald, if you have something to say, don't say it behind my back. Get on a debate stage and say it to my face. I am proud of Michael's service. Every military spouse knows it's a family sacrifice. I have long talked about the fact that we need to have mental competency tests for anyone over the age of 75. Donald Trump claims that he would pass that. Maybe he would, maybe he wouldn't. But if you mock the service of a combat veteran, you don't deserve a driver's license, let alone being president of the United States.
It's a good ad. It's a fine ad. I think, yeah, she's right. He's flippant. He's attacked service members for many years. He does look like hell in the clip that she chose. That was a brutal choice of which clip to play of Donald Trump. He just looks. He looks like one of the Skeksis mid-dying. I will put it in those terms for my Dark Crystal fans out there. But the issue for Nikki Haley, and that's why I feel kind of bad for her, is you can take what you just did there and you can go through years of him mocking service members, and that paints a damning picture of Donald Trump. But it paints a picture of him that has been painted for years. And it's one of those unfortunate things where, yeah, He clearly doesn't respect service members, and he never has. And they don't care in the MAGA world. That's the issue. Oh no, his brain is tapioca pudding. Everybody knows that, but they don't care in the MAGA world. That's the unfortunate thing. He can keep repeatedly mocking soldiers, and you still get posts like this that he retweeted. This is greatness. This is leadership. This is the greatest commander-in-chief we ever had. Greatest commander-in-chief probably would not think that the soldiers they're commander-in-chief of were losers and suckers, but they like that image. They still paint him as having six-pack abs. It's not fair, Nikki Haley, I agree. It's not fair that nothing he says or does seems to hurt him amongst his base, but that's the way it is. So, keep on fighting the good fight. Just don't expect that it's actually gonna work. Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.